Are you sure you don't want to score a couple of more runs? Tell you what, no matter what, Ricky Bo, it's nice to have, certainly. Break a 3-game losing streak, certainly break a 7-game skid at Arizona. Doesn't make up to Monday and Tuesday, but tonight is nice. Ricky Pitalico, Michael Barkan, Ruben Amaro Jr. in a moment from Arizona as we welcome you to Phillies Post-Game Live, presented by our friends at Cure Auto Insurance. 18-2, Ricky Bo, 18-2. Let's start with the runs.
Well, let me start with this because this is actually quite comical. You know, we always rip them apart for the runners in scoring position.
Yeah.
They had 15 hits today with runners in scoring position. They were 15 for 29. Are you kidding me?
Pretty good average.
That is insane. Oh, some of them, 3 of those hits came off of a position player, but
that's all right.
Doesn't really matter,
you know
does
what?
it?
It doesn't matter. In the record books, it'll just say a Phillies win.
I mean, when you think about a feel-good win, well, it was a feel-good win up until Bailey Falter. We'll get into that later. But offensively, a feel-good win. Everybody in the starting lineup scored a run. Everybody in the starting lineup had multiple hits. Are you kidding me? I mean, if you could add a prescription to break guys out of a slump, this was it. And, of course, an off day tomorrow.
Yeah. So it all comes to a screeching halt.
No, but I think the off day actually
weekend.
Helps a few guys.
Because
I'm going to say like an Alec Boehm and a Schwarber. I think it only helps those. Look at those numbers.
This is the starting lineup tonight. That's the only lineup they fielded tonight. Well, Garrett Stubbs got in there. He was 1 for 1 as well. 2 hits, 3 hits, 2, 3, 2. Everybody had multiple hits. That is.
Well, Nick Maton messed it up.
He
ended up drawing a walk, and he's only at bat. But he did score a run.
Kyle Schwarber, Hoskins, Alec Boehm. Look at all the runs scored, the RBIs as the Phillies snap out of it.
No home runs. That's pretty impressive to score 18 runs without hitting a home run. I mean, you got to be pretty happy about that because that just means you're taking turns, you're flip-flopping, you're getting the next guy up, you're having good at-bats, you're driving the ball in the gaps, you're hitting the ball where it's pitched. All the good stuff that you wanted to see, you got it all tonight.
Last time they scored 20 was in 2018. Their modern era run total record, 26. That's the most since 1900. They did that in 1985 against the Mets. For a moment, we thought we were going that way. They just could not stop scoring runs.
No, it was like hit after hit after hit. I mean, it almost got a little like, all right, enough is enough. You know, save some of these for that series up in San Francisco. But, I mean, certain games just kind of go like this, and it doesn't matter sometimes who's pitching. You could throw the kitchen sink at them, and they're still going to hit. But I will say this much. This is a game where Major League Baseball, needs to throw. You need to be able to throw in the towel.
You know what? Let's talk to Ruben Amaro Jr. about that. He's out in Arizona right now. Called tonight's game with Tom McCarthy. And Ruben, before we get started on the game, you had mentioned that to Tom during tonight's game about a mercy rule. And I'm wondering, Mr. General Manager, whether or not you think that would ever have a chance of passing in baseball.
Well, if you would have asked me probably about 2 years ago, I would have said absolutely not because of the integrity of the game. But I guess with the way the game is going now, it may be something they have to consider. And I don't know how you go about it necessarily, but you don't want to have these games. I mean, it's not great. It's not all that great for the fans. It's not great for the for the teams because it can put some guys in jeopardy. And you just don't like having those position players throw from the mound. I'm just not a real big proponent of that.
Not when he's throwing like it's a wiffle ball game out there. I mean,
well,
that's not even trying.
Listen, and I would do that. And I would do that if I was pitching also. I would just kind of flip it up there because why would I want to risk getting hurt on the mound doing something that I absolutely shouldn't be doing?
But I mean, you talk about the integrity of the game. It goes both ways in this type of situation. You have on one hand, you would just throw in a towel and the game's over, and on the other hand, you're throwing a guy up there that's basically throwing batting practice. So either way, I mean, the game gets tainted a little bit.
Yeah, I don't think there's no question about it. I mean, this is going to happen from time to time, but it just seems to be happening a lot more lately than I've ever really seen it before, and it's just something you just don't like to see all that much. And hey, it's just important for Major League Baseball to understand we need more pitching and more guys that throw more strikes. I know the Phillies did it with a lot of base hits and a lot of hitting this time through. But typically this happens because people don't throw enough strikes.
Ricky Bo, baseball is such a funny game as the Phillies continue to chase October. We were talking in the pregame show about, Ricky, is it time to hit the panic button yet? And then all of a sudden, 3 straight losses goes to, well, you know what? They've won 7 of their last 10, and they're back up a half game over San Diego.
Right, you know, you're still right where you need to be. You're in that wild card spot. You know you're not going to win the division. Let's face facts, okay? You're not going to catch the Mets. The one position you are in is probably the one that you're going to be most steady in the rest of the time out. I do not think they're going to relinquish that. I've said this before. I don't. When you go and you take a deep look at Milwaukee's schedule coming up and the way they're playing, yeah, no, that's not going to happen. I think Milwaukee falls out of this whole thing themselves.
Hello? I think they're asleep. I think we'll have to wait.
Wake up!
Wake! We'll wake them before the show starts.
Should have done the logger up first.
That would have done it.
It's going to be a loud one tonight.
Logger
We're waking
up.
everybody up.
Okay, we'll be over there in a little bit. Just hang tight. All right, Rob Thomson now, post-game.
Good win.
Had to make you feel a little better. Yeah. Seen as, I mean, it wasn't just one, it was every single guy in your lineup had multiple hits.
Yeah, it was a good offensive night. Played good defense. Billy Falter was outstanding again. And Nelly finished it off, so it was good. Ran the bases really well, too.
What happened to Falter there with the groin?
It's just a mild groin tightness. They treated him, we brought him right in, they treated him out, and he's a lot better already.
It's mostly precautionary, I
Yeah,
guess.
yeah.
You don't think it'll be a sideline?
No, we'll see. We'll know better tomorrow, but I don't think so.
You guys are 4-0 in his last 4 starts here.
Yeah.
They're all been quality starts.
Yeah.
The kid is going up and down all year.
Yeah.
I mean, that's tough to get in the rhythm. But what about what about the job he's done for this team?
He's done a great job, and his confidence has risen, and he's comfortable. His breaking ball's getting better every time, and he's throwing strikes. I mean, I don't know what his first pitch strike count was, but it was a lot. It was high.
It seems like he was throwing a little harder tonight too.
Yeah, I saw some 93s. I don't know what was there 94. So yeah, he looked good out. Very good. Just complete command.
Are you seeing a difference in his confidence from earlier?
I think so, and I think when he came up this time, he knew he was getting at least a couple of starts, and it wasn't just we're going to start you, and then there's always this question in your mind: am I going out? Do I have to pitch perfect to keep my role? And I think he's just comfortable and confident right now.
So would you guys prefer? I mean, now if Wheeler does come back next term, would you rather have Bailey on this roster, or would you want to keep him stretched out somewhere? I mean,
we'll see. I mean, because he's stretched out now. Theoretically, you could keep him for a while, and then if you needed to stretch him back out, you could do that. But we haven't talked about it, so we need to get Wheels back first.
Yeah, of course.
Figure it out.
What was with
Sosa? The back tightened up. So we went out and checked him, and he said it was feeling better, and then he came in between innings, and we checked him, and he said he was fine. Then he took the at bat, so I think it's fine. We'll train him up.